Hello, everybody. Can you hear me all right? Sorry, I'm a bit late. I had something come. Oh, hang on, it's a bit low. The webcam's a bit low. Let me just raise that up a bit. That's better. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I'm just sorting out the chat functions and stuff. I just had to quickly nip out and do something, so sorry about that. Give me a second. Pop out chat function. Boom. Copy that. Just so I can see it on OBS, you know. And then I can see all your lovely messages. Apply that. There we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Monday night stream. Hello, Nova Draws. Hello, Rare Candy. Hello, Andrew. All you guys on YouTube. How are we all doing today? So I'm just going to check the messages and what you have, the comments you said. Andrew, thank you. Yes, if you're watching on YouTube, please do give the video a like. It really helps the video, the channel, everything. All of that jazz. I don't fully know how it all works, but apparently it does help. So please do that. What were we saying? We might be working on the comic tonight. The description of the notification said something about midnight deadline. So I'll clarify what we're doing tonight. We're not doing the comic, but it isn't going to be. Hey, Rare Candy. Yeah, sorry, Rare Candy. I know I said last week I was going to be doing suggestions. I'm not going to be doing suggestions today, but I will be doing them next week. I can promise you that. It's just because of the timing has been a bit bad. Basically, guys, I'm going to be working on... what I'm going to be working on is this. I'll show you. Here we go. Right, so there is an exhibit that's happening here in my local area, which is about... well, I'm based in Norfolk, but this is based in Suffolk. But there is a Suffolk folktale type festival that's happening called Black Shuck Festival that happens in Bungay, which is a town near us, near where I live. And what they do at the festival is they have an art exhibition, which is just people doing art that's a image about a certain local folk tale. Like Black Shuck Festival is named after the black dog, which is called Shuck, which is like this big massive black dog that like haunts the area of Norfolk. That's me generalizing that tale, but that's one tale. The tale I'm doing and I've chosen is the King of Saint Edmund and the King Saint Edmund and the Wolf, which is, I will paraphrase this, but basically what the story is. Oh, hey Lee, just saw Lee on Twitch. Basically, the story of this, if you don't know what the tale is, it's Bury St Edmunds, which is sort of near Bungay. It's that sort of area, so like a Suffolk area. So I live in Norfolk. This is going to be really confusing for people outside of England, but yeah, I live in Norfolk, and then there's Suffolk as well. Now Suffolk, it has the festival, which is the Black Shuck Festival, and the tale I'm working on is the King and the Wolf, which is about King Saint Edmund, who I won't go into too many details. You can look it up, I'm sure, and I'll probably do a video. Maybe I might even do a video about the piece of the art or something on YouTube. But basically, the whole thing is Saint Edmund was basically tied up to a tree at one point, had a lot of arrows fired at him, and then his head was cut off and thrown into the woods by the enemy. Now, later on, his countrymen could hear the sounds of a wolf howling, and that wolf, the people would find the wolf, and the wolf had located Saint Edmund's head, but he was protecting it. The wolf was protecting it, and what happened was they brought the head back to Edmund, and it fused back onto his body because of his sainthood, basically. That's the short version. I won't go into it, but that's what the drawing is about. So the drawing is going to be, as you can see here, I've got like, I've started it because you're sort of joining me mid, like I've drawn the pencils and I'm doing the inking stuff, I'm doing some colouring, and we're sort of just doing that. But I need to get this done by midnight because guess what, guys? I found out about the Black Shuck Festival deadline was tonight or midnight. So that's why I'm doing that today. So I had a day free, so I'd started to do that. But I'm not done. So I think we're going to take this streaming session just so I can actually get this done. But next week, guys, will be back to suggestions in pencil and ink. So if you want to join me tonight, just to join me while I'm doing this, please do. We can all chat, have a good time in the chat. I'm going to put some music on as well. And yeah, I'm going to be working on this tonight. For those of you asking about the comic, because I know some of you are on YouTube, the comic is still going. I've got a few more pages to do, but that's it, and then I'm done. But the plan is to have that done by the end of this week at the latest. So I'm hoping to get that done in a few days. But this took priority just because I've got, till midnight. But people get chosen. Not all submissions make it, but this submission might get in, which means then it'll get exhibited at the Black Shuck exhibition. So that's what I'm doing tonight, guys. So please do stick around. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Whew, I'm exhausted from that. I'm so unfit. I felt like I didn't give a full stop to any of those sentences. Right, so let's start. I'm gonna put some music on. I'm thinking I'm gonna put on. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna start recording as well. There we go. Just recording so I can use the footage if I feel like using the footage, and also because I know YouTube gets a bit funny with certain copyright things, but I'm going to try this anyway. I'm going to put on something from YouTube actually, so give me a second. Let's put on. So I've discovered this channel recently, which I've been listening to, which is Blue Turtle, which is a really good channel. I'll try and pop a link in the description or whatever once this is all done. Because it's really good, and they're kind of like fantasy ambient type stuff. So I'm going to just put this on. Some really nice animation with it as well. But it's like one of those sort of YouTube channels where it's just music. So I'm going to put this on. This is like dungeon exploration stuff. We'll put that on. Can you guys hear that? No, it's not coming up yet. Hang on a sec. Okay, there we go. Can you guys hear that all right? I'm going to put this one on, actually. 3 hour dungeon... Hang on. 3 hours of fantasy music. There you go. How's that? Can you guys hear that all right? Yay or nay? Right. I'm going to start then. Oh, whoops. I'm on the wrong layer, I'm on the wolf layer. So I've divided them up into the layers just to make it a bit easier. But it is more like, there's a lot more time and energy that has to be put in, but it is worth it. In fact, let's move, speaking of which, let's move the wolf out of the way. There we go, it's better. How are we all doing today, guys, by the way? Are we all good? Music's coming through fine. Thank you, Andrew. So like I said, guys, just in case you didn't hear, this is Blue Turtle on YouTube. So go check them out, give them a follow, give them a subscribe and all that jazz. Actually, don't want that. It's just working out. So the colouring I'm sort of doing is just shades of stuff, like rather than like full-on colours, you know. Because I kind of want it to be like very like these sort of dark bluey greys kind of thing. That's the palette I'm kind of going for. So you know, they're kind of blue and these sort of greys. Yeah, you don't go into warm. I want them to be cold colours. Balls. Let's try again. Good. We need to go for a drink or something, Lee, at some point. Sorry, I just saw your message. Andrew, what are you saying? I'm recovering from a minor surgery today, so a bit knocked on my butt. Oh, I hope you're doing all right, though. Hope you're doing all right, though, Andrew. Success, though, right? Like, I know you're exhausted, but successful surgery, yeah? Again, guys, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but of course, if you are watching on YouTube, please do give it a like. The video really, really helps. And I really appreciate it. I tried a different approach with chainmail, by the way. I don't normally draw chainmail like this, but I gave it a shot. It took more time to do, but I think it's come out a lot better. Sorry, much better, I should say. A lot better? That doesn't make any sense. Right, I'm gonna... I might give him a darker cape. I think I'll give him a darker cape. Yeah, I prefer that. I'm going to give him a darker cape. Lee, you're all right. In fact, yeah, sort out your laundry while I'm on. That's totally fine. That's the whole point of these streams, is just to have me on in the background, you know. Anyway, keep doing your laundry. It's all good. All I said, Lee, was I think we should go for a drink at some point. That's all I said. It's not. You didn't miss. Yeah, and you haven't missed much. I'm still drawing. I've decided to make the cape darker. Ooh. You missed that vital piece of information. Andrew, what are you saying? So far, so good. Got to get some labs taken. Oh, okay. In 8 or so weeks to see how effective it is. Well, fingers crossed, mate. I hope it all goes well. Hey, Nova Draws. I'm still here. Sorry I wasn't replying, Candy. I was doing stuff. Oh, right. So, yeah, you're sort of doing your own thing. You're all good. You're having a conversation. Lovely to see you, Nova, by the way. Thanks for coming along. I had a hard time trying to find... I'll tell you what's really frustrating now. So, you know, for artists, it's really useful because we now have, you know, you hear a lot of... because I listen to a lot of interviews with comic book artists and stuff. And you hear some of the older artists, they're always saying stuff like, oh man, you guys have got it so lucky now. Because when you have to look at references, you could just look up things on Google and stuff and you can come up with it. And I think that is really good. I do agree with that. I used to do it all the time. You know what's frustrating now, though, is the amount of AI imagery I kept coming across just when I was trying to look up Anglo-Saxon and, like, sort of, like, Viking, like, armour during the Norfolk and Suffolk sort of times. Do you know, as in, sorry, not Norfolk and Suffolk times, but, like, during that sort of time period when Norfolk and Suffolk were dealing with the Vikings and stuff. There is so much AI nonsense online. It was so difficult for me to find correct, accurate illustrations, I should say. They're not going to be photographs. What am I saying? There's no photographs. I couldn't believe how much, like, drivel I had to try and get through to make sure. And I still don't know if I've got it accurate, but I mean, because if I had more time, I probably would have gone to the Castle Museum. I would have done a bit more research, but like I said, it sort of just happened. And now here I am. You're usually lurking in my streams though, you never draws. That's fine. Lurk away. Lurk away. That's what I want. Like I said, I keep saying, I just want, you just have me on in the background, guys. You know? You're not really lurking, you're just got me on the background and that's fine. Yes, to drink would be great. Yeah, Lee, we'll sort something out. I just trying to get my act together, to be honest. A lot of things. So my plan, guys, you can't really see it, is I want to have like, you can see right here, there's like the mark where, around the neck, which is where the head is fused back onto the neck. And what I was thinking of doing is having a beam of light that goes along it, like a ring of light. So it's almost like a halo, but around the neck instead. And I don't know how that's going to look, so we're going to play around with that shortly, guys. And that's kind of why I try to make sure the shading was above, you know, you see the shading above like the forehead and stuff, and like, but not a lot down here, as in where the neck is and stuff. Because or like not a lot on the cape either, because I wanted to have it so you can see the, you know, the light. The effects of the light. What are you saying? Also, everything is... Oh, God. Yeah, life to be life. Pal, don't worry. Okay, thanks. Also, everything is riddled with AI and I hate it. Yeah, it is. It's becoming a real massive problem. Especially for someone like me who's like that, in that situation just then when I'm trying to look up stuff that's historically accurate. It's nigh on impossible now because it's just full of like... and it's quite disturbing because it was like an Instagram account about history and stuff, and they might be like, "Oh yeah, that looks historically accurate." I don't know. As a basically a civilian of, when it comes to history, I don't know about, like, you know, I live here and I've been to the Castle Museum. Do you know what I mean? But I know what Vikings kind of look like, but I don't know what, like, I can't give you historically accurate representations of things off the top of my head. I have to look up, I have to do research. So it's really frustrating now because it's like, this is just for me to do this for, you know, like this exhibition thing, and, you know, I might not even get in. Like I said, it's curated, I might not get it. But like, you know, I want to try and be, and also these aren't real people or real events, right? But I want it to be historically accurate somewhat, right? What are we saying over there on YouTube? I was searching for some Street Fighter references, and the art was either over. Sorry, I was struggling to read what you were saying. That's probably on me. Disgusting to put it into words, or it is AI. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, there's a lot of just AI stuff. This is the problem. It's because you've opened that Pandora's box, right? And I've talked about AI before, and I won't go on about it. It's just that it affected me again recently, trying to sort this out, and it was very frustrating. And because of that, I have decided to use the game's models for references. I think that's the best option, or at least looking for maybe official, like if you're doing the Street Fighter stuff, there's official Street Fighter comics, isn't there? Maybe looking up something like that. But even then, it's like, as long as they haven't, you know, hired someone who ended up using AI art or something. But I do understand what you're saying, Never Draws. It's frustrating if you're looking up references to things. But I mean, especially in this case where it's like, this is supposed to be, you know, you're dealing with characters from a certain time period. You've got to be historically accurate. And when I've drawn like fantasy characters and stuff, none of it's real, so it doesn't really matter. But in this case, it's like, well, no, I have to kind of follow, you know, some historic accuracy. There we go. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's do some more that are a bit lighter. So if we do that way we can do, yeah, we can do a buckle. So we'll do that. That's a bit better. I feel the pattern, I want the pattern highlighted a little bit. So if we do... Yeah, that's better. Okay, Nova draws. Yeah, lurk away. Play on the video game or something. That's totally cool. Just appreciate you having me on in the background. Thank you so much. What are you going to be playing on? I just don't know if it's relevant to anything that you are playing or anybody who's watching, but I've just recently finished the story finally on Ghost of Yotei. Still got some other bits I've got to do and stuff, but... Come on. Oh my god, come on. There we go. Just didn't want to work then. Oh, I still got to do that bit as well. You'll be playing Street Fighter 6, huh? Never draws. I want to play Street Fighter 6. I haven't got around to getting a copy yet. Want to learn more combos with Cammy? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Cammy's my go-to. What are you saying, Andrew? Just looked up Blue Turtle and they apparently have a game on Steam that is 26. Oh, is it really? Oh, I did know they were working on a game. 26% off it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Blue Turtle. Go check them out. And the music's great, isn't it, guys? It's not... And speaking of AI from earlier, none of it is AI. They've said that specifically. Obviously, I'm only talking, you know, I don't work for them or anything, but I trust them. It's really good. Just make it so the arrows are a slightly different shade. So yeah, the moment, if you didn't guess, the moment I've kind of gone for, we've got the wolf there. The moment is that I've chosen is when his head is fused back on. So we've still got the arrows in there. Down here, you can't really see because I realise it's quite... the brightness is really up on the stream for some reason, but round at the bottom here, there's some ropes. They're the ropes that come undone from, you know, because like I said, he's tied up. As I said earlier, he's tied up. And him going through this process means he unravels the rope. And then we've got him sort of floating upwards a bit. I'm going to change the shade of that so it matches the belt buckle more. And then I might add a bit of a glare on it. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Now, I'll put a bit of a white there. There we go. That's better. I think like we've got different shades of similar colour. I just realised you don't have a tinge on the stream today. Do I not? I could have sworn I did. Oh, I definitely do on mine. I'm looking on. That's weird. Do I not? I don't know about that, Lee. I'm very pink on my screen. I still got to work that out, guys. So I haven't got around to that. So apologies. Maybe it's just on your TV, Lee. I wish that was solved. I was like, oh man, did it just automatically work? But no, not where I'm seeing. Unfortunately, it's still very I'm still very, very pink. You're not on mine, or if you are, it's Sol. Oh, okay, interesting. I wish that wasn't the case, but it is on mine, unfortunately. Oh, that's why I need that there. So I'm just trying to move stuff around, guys. There we go, that's better. Right, so I'm now thinking I'll add a bit of like some more on the shading. So I'm gonna add just like a normal, like a messy inker, I think. So, because again, from the light, I would like to see some more like intense shadow. I think if I do stuff like this. So I'm not just leaving it like this. Then I'm gonna just no, maybe I'll stick with. Let's try 40. I don't know if I want 40 or not. We'll see how it looks, and if not, I can always lower it. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna lower it. I'm looking at it now, and I now don't like it. So I'm thinking I'm gonna lower it. So let's go with 30. In fact, before I mess around with this too much, let's try that thing I was talking about. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys, so you'll have to bear with. I'm going to look through some of these brushes and see if I can come up with how this thing is going to look. Haven't quite decided. The thing I'm talking about, of course, is the ring, like I said, around the neck kind of thing. The ring of light. I know what I want in my head. I wish I could explain it. It's almost like a crown itself, but around the neck. In fact, maybe it's in. No FX, maybe it's in manga, is what I was thinking of. So FX crazy lines. I don't know if that's going to work. No, it's not. I think I'm going to try and do it manually myself. I thought maybe I could use a brush or something on it, but no, I don't think it's going to work how I want it to. What about Dirty Streaker? Let's make it white. Have I used a different? Am I on a different layer? Not yet. Okay, so we need a different layer. Let's try it. No, it's not quite what I want. But just to give you an idea, something like that. So you would have the light. Yeah, it's not what I want though, but I can explain what I mean. So like, it's really sort of thin. I think I'm going to use a normal brush. This isn't working, but like it's sealing up, and then you see the beams of light coming through. Like it's almost like the beam of light was in there, and then eventually it closes in. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use just a normal brush. Let's not fanny about. Let's just use a normal. I'll use a messy inker at least. So no, I won't. Nope. Nope. I'm using a normal. I'm going to use the studio pen. I'm going to go back to what I normally use and just screw it. I'm not doing what I was trying to do. So. It's not working. So, you know, some sort of like energy type thing. So like that. It kind of looks a bit weird at the moment. I thought you mean the light would come from inside the neck cut. Hello, Joe. Hold off a second and you'll see. I'm going to try and do something. Let's see if it works. It might not work, though. Sorry, this part is probably not that interesting for everybody, but we'll get this right. Hmm. No, it kind of needs to... Right. Hang on. Like I faded it a little bit, but it didn't look right. So. Like that. But this looks too much like liquid or something like squish, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to try and do, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I just had a little bit of a blur on it. Okay, like that, but may need to come back to that. Hang on, just seeing what people are saying. So the healing effect we are going for is somewhere between unsheathing a glowing sword and a celestial choker. Yes, sort of, Andrew, yeah. For the light on the back left to sell it, having more depth, you could have it either go through the hair or the... Yeah, I was thinking this when I was looking at it. Like, I think it needs to do something on there. So I may come back to that. I think once we've done a background, I might be able to see it a bit better. So I'm going to go from there. I'm going to just remove that for now. Well, hide it for now, at least. And we'll come back to that when I've got some more background or something. Is this for your comic, Rare Candy? No, Rare Candy, this isn't for the comic, no. I'm still working on the comic, but this is for an exhibit piece, and the deadline is at midnight. So I'm trying to get this this right. So now you can see, I don't know if you can vaguely... Oh God, it's so bright. I'm sorry, guys. You can't really see. There's a tree that I've drawn behind here. So I'm going to build this tree right in front of you. This is going to be weird, but I'm going to start doing the background, and we'll go from there. So let's build this background, so then we can hopefully I can attempt the light thing again. So I've done a lot of editing on the actual... It's going to look like Magic Joe. Yeah, that is what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to just make it look like magic. Looking at a tree that I have done. Because I realised, I don't know if you can tell, because I've had to cut it up a bit and stuff in the back, make him smaller and etc. I can't actually see what the tree looked like beforehand, so I'm sort of looking at the original drawing, trying to go from there. I think we're going to have to remove that. Let's move this branch a bit more. So I think the branch is going to have to be here. Let's see if I can get the king back, but I want to see how does he look. He's about there. No, I think. It's going to look magic like FYI, for your earlier conversation when Googling it, if you include AI in your search, it will remove any results with AI in the name / description. It's not 100% effective, but it's a decent start. Thank you, Joe. Thank you for the heads up, because yeah, it was really frustrating when trying to look for stuff that was historically accurate. Because I don't care what you can say, it might not give me... It's very unlikely that I'll have 100% historically accurate images. I can't just go by, you know, by an AI telling me that. Obviously, I want to add some detail to the tree and stuff as I go along. But I'm just for now trying to get the outline right. So also I know where certain things are going to be placed and stuff, hence why I wanted to have him there, because I kind of want it to almost, you know, the tree is there as a way of being like, do you know what I mean? Like it's like, so I don't want it to be anything that's distracting from the silhouette almost. You know what I'm saying? do. So I'll have to do something with the wolf ground around it very soon, but I'll do that. Well, I'll do that later. But I want to focus on this first. So that's what we've got to work with. So there's the tree, yeah. So I'm going to remove him. Again, remove the king and wolf. And then I'm going to try and have it so we can actually, because what I will do, to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to do the colouring first on the tree, because then I can then use a clipping mask, which will allow me to make it so I can draw with it. I don't have to worry about drawing like outside of the lines or anything like that. Just to make my life a little bit easier, really. If I do that. I hope this isn't entirely boring for you guys, me just drawing and colouring trees. Or a tree. I will be doing some little background ones as well, just to at least give off the illusion that there's more trees behind it. But we're focused, the main focus is going to be these two characters and the tree. Well, thank you, Lee. I said I want to give it that vibe. I don't want it to be like, just like I said, have me on in the background and just hopefully be quite calm and not too much. The good thing about Procreate on the iPad is you get like a time-lapse video at the end, and you can have it at a certain speed and it just goes so quickly. You can have all the work you've done played back to you in 30 seconds, and it's just like, wow, can't believe how long it took me, and there it is in 30 seconds. I will nip in very shortly, but I will be back. As in, I'll just be gone for a couple of minutes because I just need to check on something. But I want to get the outline done, and then I'll go and do what I said. But I would like to get this done so we can get the fill in, and then we can start seeing what it's like. Because even if I finish the stream at say 10 and we're not quite there yet, that's fine. But I need to get this done by midnight. So, but if I can get it done to a point where I'm happy, I can then carry on later or something. Nearly there, guys. Thank you, Andrew, for sticking around. Really appreciate you for being here. I will see you next time. Next week, I know I kept saying it, but next week, genuinely, we will be back doing like some ink drawings. So get your suggestions ready for next week, Andrew. Let's get rid of this wolf. There we go. Let's do that, then we can get that. Right, so I think that's every... Oh no, hang on. Whoops. So I think that's all of it. So, now, I'll do that. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Ah, is that one up there? No. Why are you... How is it coming out? Ah. Why is it doing that? That's frustrating. I knew there'd be something. Let's do... Okay, that doesn't matter. We'll do that. And then I need to work out a way of... Oh, hang on. Let's do something in here. I think it's all connecting. Yeah, there we go. So there was obviously something around. That's what I wanted. So we've done that. Perfect. Right, so we've now got block color we can work with. Obviously, I'm going to add some textures. I'm going to do some other bits and pieces. And we might even change the color, because we might go, actually, that doesn't work. Like right now, I'm thinking, actually, I don't know if I like the color. So, that's fine, but I wanted to do that. I wanted to have a color so I have an idea of what I'm working with. Maybe that light thing is starting to work, starting to grow on me a little bit now. Yeah, maybe it's starting to work on me a little bit. Yeah, we'll see. Right, so if I do that, let's see if we can have something a bit closer to that, and then that, I guess. Yeah, that might be too much. This is where we're going to be playing a little bit, man. I think we're going to have to play a bit. So let's remove that. And I want the background color to be that. There we go. I'm going to add some textures. I'm going to use the old textures. If you were here last week, you would have seen me add it's not there. Okay. Add a texture from... I know what I'm going to do. From my comic, which was a texture that I've made myself, like hand-inked, and then just scanned it, and then just started doing that. So I'm going to take this now, from this page here. I'm going to pop it in there, because I think that will work really well. So if we have it like that. And then... that, and then I'm going to have it so it's ooh. Multiply might be the one, and then need to lower the opacity a bit, so we've got like this. Lower at 50, I think. But we're going to use that on other ones as well, so I'm going to other layers and stuff. So we duplicate that and put it in the king layer. I want to use it for the king's textures as well. We'll add a clipping mask onto that as well. So there you go. So you can sort of see, in fact, I'll make it a bit bigger, a bit smaller as well. So we can then add the detail. There you go. See? So we can add the details a bit more like that. There we go. Oh, freeform. Let's see. How do we make this work? Yeah, definitely think we need it to be bigger. I'm not going to use this. I'll make a new one, but I do think it might need to be bigger. I think that would be bigger if it better if it did that as well. Yeah, I think the tree might be the wrong color. I think it either needs to be darker or lighter. So I'm going to do... Set a clipping mask and then make it so... No, it can't be black because it's going to have to be lighter then, I think. No, that doesn't work either. Don't know if I... What I might do is add some sort of white outline for the king. That might make him stand out a bit. Because once I add these trees and stuff, I kind of want them to... God, what is the time? Oh my god. I don't even know if I'm going to get this done for midnight, you know. I don't even know if I'm going to get it done in time. But we'll try. We'll try. Sorry guys, I'm just having a think. I'm having a bit of a think. Just gonna look up something. I was looking at some of my favorite colorists and looking at how they do things and see if I can work that out from there. Unless, what we could do for the background instead. What might be an interesting take? Do I add another colour? Do I add something warmer? Like... Oh, whoops, no, not like that. Something kind of... Oh, maybe... Let's change the tree. And I wonder if I can do... I wonder if this will wreck it. Hopefully it won't. But if I do... Oh yeah, no, that wrecks it. That's horrible. I don't know. I think I might have gone too far. This might not work. Let's try. Oh. Let's add some details of the tree and I'll see how I feel. Maybe the tree... Sorry, I'm now getting distracted again. Maybe the tree should be like a shade of red. Or like a dark... Like that. Like that. What do you think, guys? Does that work? Or have I gone too far? No, it has to be like that, doesn't it? Gone too far, haven't I, guys? Tell me. I've gone mad. Have I gone too far? Quiet end to the stream. It is Rare Candy, but it's because I'm doing this as well. I'm not doing any like suggestions and stuff, and so sometimes I can be a bit like, you know. But like next week will be different. But I got to get this done, guys. I can't just do like requests all the time. Red on red. Well, it's a dark red because the idea is like, you know, so then the two characters stand out, you know. You'd go a shade darker on the tree. Yeah, yes. When I was looking up Edmund, he looked like he usually was portrayed in red. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. Oh, I don't actually. I didn't explain that. I wonder what. Does it work or will it check? No, that looks terrible. Anyway. Although then again, the brightness it's brighter on the screen. But that's it with the shade time. That's probably is better. Like I said, I am going to give an outline to him anyway, like a sort of a white outer line. I am probably going to redraw the halo as well, guys, but I'll probably do that off stream. Because like I said, I want the main focus. I want to get this drawing, the drawing details done, and then I can work out how the halo works later. I mean, you could argue that's the most important bit, but I'll be quite annoyed if I go, yes, and I got the halo right, and then there's still all this to draw. So I'm just thinking, for the sake of the stream and for my sanity, I'm just drawing most of it now, you know? And then I'll come back to that. What is that line? That's really bug. Oops. There's a line there that's infuriating me. I can't work out who it is. It's just Edmund. It's literally the line. Okay. That's better. We've lost the arrows a little. The arrows aren't the most important part. I do see what you're saying. I can lighten up the arrows. And like I said, this isn't going to be the halo I'm going to use. Not yet anyway, because I've got to work out. It's too small. I'd like it to be bigger as well, like it shines across. Let's do this. Let's do this outline that I keep talking about. And the rope, yes, Joe, and the rope. Well, I want to do some trees as well. I want to make it so like, but the other trees will be like very like, I'm guessing like basically pitch black, more like silhouettes. Just so you it looks like it's a forest. It's just that, or woods. Sorry, I should say. But you know, the focus is this tree and these two characters. Let's move the halo neck thing out of the way for a bit. You're saying you're excited to see all the. If I had time, Joe, honestly, I would actually do all that because I think that would look lovely. It's just I don't really have the time, which is a real shame. I'd love to do more. I wish I knew about this sooner, but you know. But and also I might do all this, and I might not get in, which is I think likely I probably won't get in. But that's fine. This has been a fun little project, and I might just carry on and finish it then because I think it'll just be nice for my portfolio to have something a bit more like like this. I think it's kind of a good representation of stuff I can do. And more like old British folktale type things as opposed to just be drawing the superheroes and anime characters, I guess. Yeah. Like something that's not necessarily real, but, you know, steeped in history, you know. Thank you, Lee. It might even stay like this. I don't know. I'm thinking I'll do what I did with the Halo thing and like do like a sort of glow. But also like I quite like how striking the outline is like that. So I don't know. Oh, hey, guys, I was about to. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with comments. Thank you, Blaze973. Sorry, I had to read what you were. Thank you for saying cool drawing. Thank you, I really appreciate it. And hi, Cactar Queen. Cactoire. Katya. Hope you're doing all right. Thanks for joining the stream. So if we do that, we duplicate that so we don't lose one. So there you go. So it pops a bit more from the background a little bit. Don't know if it's working or not. Especially if we put, is that going to be? No, I think that could still work. Yeah, that I think that does work actually. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, yeah. Not the ring. I mean, like this glow. I think. I think the wolf needs a bit more going on with it. Or do I not? Do I need the wolf? No. I won't remove the wolf, that's a bit. Because he also doesn't have the texture on him yet, I realise, so. That's better. We were something missing on the. you go. So I wanted, obviously I'm going to add some detail at the bottom there, but now we've got some more, the idea of like there's more trees. That's what I wanted. I wanted it to seem like there's more trees in there. Just enough to make it look like there's more trees. Thank you, Joe. It's really hard sometimes to just get like what you want in your head, which I know is kind of obvious, and you probably hear that a lot. People say that a lot, but it can be like, and I'm just trying to, although I'm in a rush, although I want to get it done, I want to still play and get it to the best I can possibly can. I don't want to miss anything. Do you know what I mean? I think that makes it look like it's a bit more busy, but not illegible. You know, or it needs to be. You can still like look at it and see what's going on, but it still looks like a busy like woodland or anything. I think I might try and do. There you go. So it looks like. When you said about like having like a frame like they do in the old days, Joe, I would love that. I would love that. Get that frame down and it'll be perfect. I want to. It's funny enough. I just saw your comment. Yeah, I was gonna say I want to. It ain't gonna happen tonight though. I just don't think it can. Maybe if they accept it and I can see if I can add it in or something, but I don't think so. I'll fix that. I think I'll have to just do... I think I need the thicker outline of the wolf as well. But we're getting there, guys. Oh, it's day 10, so I'm probably going to stop soon. Well, I'm going to carry on because I'm not done, but... We'll do this at 50. That's good. That's good. That works. So we duplicate that, and then I can do it for the other grass, which is... Where's the other grass? Is it located on the wolf? Did I just... Was I stupid? No? It's on the tree, isn't it? Of course. Why did I think, of course, it's on a tree? It's not a tree. Okay, we don't need that then. Cactuar Queen, I sometimes feel like framing ruins the vibes of an image. I think it depends. I think what Joe and I were thinking of was something that suits more like the old traditional, like medieval sort of like painting, well not paintings, but like tapestries and stuff like that. They tend to be, you know, framed and stuff. I'm gonna add some detail on the tree, like a little bit more detail on the tree. But before I go, guys, let's try and do this halo again, because I think that's what we need to, and then I can just, you know, neaten up bits here and there and when I'm gone. So the halo currently looks like this. It's not working for me. It's nearly there. I think it needs a little bit more. Yeah, the rope, I will do the rope later. Or I might not do the rope at all tonight. Just submit it and see what it says. But no, I did think that, Joe. But I think I want to make sure the element... It depends how much time I've got. I've got about 2 hours before midnight. But I need to, you know... We'll see. But yes, thank you for reminding me. I do need to do the rope. But I'm going to see if I can just not... Because I don't necessarily need to do the rope. I think for storytelling reasons, it'd be good to have the rope. But it's not necessary. What is important is having this, like... Is this bit sorted out, I think. And I'm thinking, yeah, Halo is more important than rope. I'm thinking like, because if I do get it and it's fine, I'm sure I can add like bits or something, or not. They might tell me no, I can't, and I'm like, okay. But I think something tells me I can, or they probably won't even notice. Do you know what I mean? But we'll see. Almost like that. So like have it across the screen, across the page. Like that. It might be too much. It might look awful, but I think it's gonna look good. Or I could do all this and it will look absolutely ass, but we'll see. This is all point, it's just experimenting. I still want a chance to, even though I'm in a rush, I want a chance to experiment a bit. Oh. think. Sorry, Joe. I just saw your comment. Yeah, it definitely needs to be, and I'll probably fix that. I think they need to get bigger as they go out. So I do agree with you on that. So like that. And what I'm thinking is some lines behind as well. So if we do that, that's behind there, and then I'll blur them all out. So if we do. Although saying that, they're not going to get bigger, are they? They are going to get. They're probably better off just being lines like that. Or like if you do that and have it so they're slightly bigger on this side. God, I think I'm starting to regret this now because this is such. Right. God, I hope this pays off, guys. It might do. It has. I think it's got potential, but I don't know now. I see what you're saying, Joe. Probably. I'm thinking. Let's. I'm gonna stick with what I got because I see what you're saying though. But we could do that anyway. So if I do that, because here's the thing, we will be blurring out and stuff. So it's not gonna be like as And then I'm gonna add some little tiny lines and stuff, and some little dots, which I did on the last one. Oh no, that's too big. Too big. In fact, actually, looking at that one, way too big. might be able to get away with this. Like, I think, if at least for now, do you know what I mean? Oh, whoops. So that's the front one. So that's the back one. So we need to do Carol. The front one is that one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Extend that one out as well because that's a bit too. There we go, that's better. So if we do that, and then I think also this should go in front of the wolf. I will move, maybe I'll move the wolf a bit as well. Okay, so let's duplicate this so we don't lose it, and let's do this. Same with that one. Oops. That was also 5%. And then we need to just fix. In fact, actually, then we can definitely. I know how to fix that. I know how to make that so it looks like it's coming from the neck. We need to then draw, and I'll do it over it. And then we'll blur that too, ever so slightly. It's like 1%. Because if you do 2, you hit 1 really. And there you go. I think that's how we're going to do it. It's probably the best we're going to get, considering the time I have. I think I'll add some ropes, I'll add some detail to that tree and stuff, but it's getting there. I think I need to do something with that wolf though. Oh, it's about the wolf. Oh, whoops. Not that, that's for sure. maybe the issue is that beam. That beam is the problem. So if we did something like, it's 10:17 now, so I'm going to call it for now. But thank you guys for joining me today. It's getting there. I think it's going to be good enough that I can drop it in very soon, and then I'm just going to leave it. And if I get in, cool. If I don't, that's fine. And I might even be able to finish it off because I think it's a really nice piece. I'm really happy with how it's looking so far. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for your suggestions as well, especially you, Joe. Thank you for being here. Guys, next week it's going to be back to normal. We're going to be drawing in pencil and ink. So get your character requests ready. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to mention. No, don't think there is. Guys, thank you for joining me. I will see you next week. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, Wednesday I've got a new video coming out. I believe it's going to be the art of Daniel Warren Johnson, the art book that I got on Kickstarter quite a while ago. It's a 40-minute video, but it's going to be about that. One of my favourite comic book artists, who just today announced he's got a new comic coming out. So I'm very excited for that. It's funny that I'm releasing that and it's not even going to... Obviously, there's no mention of that comic because it got announced today. But yeah, the video will be out on Wednesday. Nothing else I need to mention. If you don't follow me on social media, I'm Ben Allen Inks on everything. But I assume you do. So there's nothing else for me to say except I will see you next week. Get your requests ready, drawing